So today I'm going to be doing a you and that person on your mind reading, basically a relationship reading. So you pick whoever, fits in the spot. Remembering that a relationship is formed by two people with similar interests. So whether that is romantic, platonic, familial, or career, that can all possibly show up here today. You just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Today, I actually have a new deck. It's called What's Gossip. And so, yeah, I will be ending the readings with an extra little razzle dazzle. I'll go sign by sign. And if you're dealing with a particular sign, there may be something that'll pop up from here. But otherwise, regardless of what's going on the table, I'll just pull a card for each sign and just see what the vibe is. So if you're trying to see what's going on with other people around you as well, besides what's going on the table. Okay. So I'm going to be breaking this down into the modalities, the cardinal signs, the fixed signs, and the mutables. So just look for your group. It's going to be a bigger collective reading. So it's going to be an even broader and general reading. So again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I will see you at your reading. This one's for my mutable signs. This is for Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. This is you versus the person on your mind. This is a relationship reading. So just a reminder that a relationship is formed by two people with the same interests. So that is romantic, platonic, familial, or career. Either of those energies can pop up here today. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I am reading for a bigger collective of people. So it's going to be a more general reading of energy surrounding the relationship. But then I will be putting personal cards of personal energy cards here as well. So stay tuned for those. I will clarify if I need to. Otherwise, I did add a new segment at the end of my reading where I'll pull one or few overview, whatever comes out. I'll pull a card for each zodiac at the end of the reading, regardless if they pop up on the table here. I'll pull one for each zodiac if you know any others and what their energy is around for you. So stay tuned for that one. All right, so I'm just going to shuffle a little bit and then we'll talk about it. Oh, I also want to mention that this is for your sun, moon, yes, for your rising, but sun, moon, Venus, and Mars. If you know that in your natal chart, your Venus and your Mars, then also look for that too. Okay. So this is the energetic center of the relationship. Try to let you see it. This is what's challenging it. This is what's beneath the relationship, the underlying unconscious cause. This is what's behind the relationship, what's in the past. This is what's above the relationship, what's in reach, what's achievable, a conscious goal to strive for. And this is what's ahead of the relationship, what's in the future. This is your heart space, mutable signs. This is your environment. This is your hopes and or fears. And then this is the personal outcome for you. The bottom of the deck will not be revealed until the end of the reading for further clarification. And now we can begin. All right. So let's get to flipping. In the middle of the center of the energy of the relationship is the Hangman. Okay, the Hangman. This is a major arcana card of Pisces. This is Pisces power card, and it's here to interpret a feeling of, you may feel like stuck, you may feel stagnant, you may feel like your world stopped and everybody else's life kept going and you're just stuck in one moment of limbo right now. You really don't know like what your next move will be, and you're super you really don't even really have much wiggle room to make your next move at that. So the Hangman is here to teach you about surrendering to the process. Like, you don't really need to do much, but in this instance you do need to, or you may need to, shift your perspective, and look at this from a different light, kind of put your foot in another person's shoes, in regards to the perspective of things. And you may retrieve some type of awakening or enlightening clarity from that. The thing is, the Hangman can last as long as you decide to. It can last until you decide to encounter or shift your perspective a little bit. So it's all pretty much up to you and your ability to surrender to the process, because you can see things from all aspects and you can empathize with the outcome. Okay, so what is challenging that is the Fool. Wow. 2 major arcanas. The Fool. The Fool is the beginning of the zodiac. The Fool is the beginning of the tarot. It is quite literally a new beginning, jumping into a new start, taking a leap of faith. When in the reverse, the Fool can be kind of naive and foolish and step into certain territories that isn't meant to be, and just doing things to do it. Or just like they have a fear of the unknown, fear of uncertainty, and starting new things and believing in a new beginning. And so they are unwilling to actually take a leap, or take a risk into starting something new here. So that's kind of what the Fool is in that challenging perspective. You're teeter-tottering. There's a new beginning regardless, it seems like, but you're teeter-tottering on like the cliff. Like, you're looking over and like, I don't know who's going to catch me when I fall, And so what's underlying here, an unconscious cause, is 6 of Cups in the reverse. So this is about, 6 of Cups is about nostalgia. It's about the past life connections, even childhood connections. It's pretty much about a period of time of emotional safety where you got like the best memories. You feel emotionally safe to like just be joyful and playful and like have a sense of freedom. Like, you feel it's a safe place for you to be. But in the reverse, it's an unsafe place. It's an unsafe place. In the reverse, it's an unsafe place, or even a period of time that didn't feel as emotionally as safe as you wanted to. So even like, again, going back to like childhood, like you feel like you weren't emotionally safe or anything like that, or anything in like a past life of you. Like, literally every year behind your age now is a past life. So like, take whatever resonates. And so there is a feeling of unsettlement, of the lack of emotional security and safety. That's kind of an underlying cause to this energy around this relationship. Okay. In the past is 5 of Pentacles. In the past, there were a lot of conflict, challenges, and hardship, specifically in the physical realm. So it could be like, so 5 of Pentacles has something to do with financial hardship, conflict, and challenges and things like that. Feeling left out, feeling like you got kind of kicked to the curb, or you may have asked for help and it wasn't available to you, or it wasn't willing, like people weren't willing to actually help you. And so again, feeling left out in the cold, neglected, and abandoned and stuff like that. But you have overcome those types of hardships, and this is here in the past. So like, here in the present, you're just sitting in a moment of limbo, in a moment of transition into this new beginning, because you just gotten out of this moment of hardship where you're feeling like you have a scarcity mindset. You're feeling in like survival mode and stuff like that. So now you're sitting in a more calmer space where you can actually like think about things, integrate new and different perspectives around the lessons that may be pertaining to those types of hardships. So either hardships within like the and within your emotional security and within your financial security as well. So what is above this relationship, this situation? What is a conscious choice to be striving for? Three of Pentacles, to collaborate and work together, to build something. Collaboration, work, connection, networking. Ultimately, three is about communication. So ultimately, three is about connection, collaborating, communicating with each other. Three of Pentacles is collaborating on resources, on building resources, or like putting resources together. Okay. What's ahead of this relationship? What's in the future here is Nine of Wands in the reverse. In the reverse, Nine of Wands is truly about giving up. Giving up what you've been standing firm, and defending and protecting, but like putting up a fight for it. Like you've been on the defense of this team for so long and you're choosing now to just walk away and give up, not protect it anymore. Nine of Wands is about getting kicked down 9 times, getting up 10, and you're just deciding that enough is enough. I'm tired of being resilient for this cause, and so I'm just giving it up because I've been through so many trial and error with this, and I'm just not getting the results that I want. I want to say like Pisces knows this all too well. I've said it a few times in their individual readings, but trying to do the same thing and expecting a different outcome kind of gives me this Nine of Wands vibes, because you may have tried the same thing over and over again. You may have just shifted it a little bit, but ultimately I feel like you're saying to yourself that no, I need to make a complete shift. Again, the Hangman is about a complete shift in perspective. So literally looking at this in a different light, because you trying it the way that you've been trying it is not the way that you're going to go. And so that may be why you're fearful of like taking this leap, because you're like, if I do the same thing again, I'm just going to get the same results. Okay. And so now you may be looking outside of yourself, expanding outside of yourself a little bit more when it comes to working and collaborating with other people to building something. And that may be just like the nudge that you need to help you say, well, I'm not doing the same things anymore. I can't keep fighting for a cause that isn't benefiting me. So let's see what your heart space is. The High Priestess in the reverse. I feel like I know, because the High Priestess is a knowing, that you are disconnected from your intuition. You're ignoring your intuition. Energetically, you're drained and you're done. Energetically, Nine of Wands is about energy. You're drained. Okay, you were once drained financially, but you've overcome, and now you're slowly building again with people who can actually support you. But even in the past, even in this situation with the past, you didn't feel actually emotionally secure, and that's draining. So in your heart space, you are completely ignoring your intuition. You're probably ignoring your emotions as well within your heart space. You have your emotions closed off. Your emotions is the feminine aspect that connects you to your intuition. Why are you feeling the way that you're feeling? It's for a reason. What's in your environment? The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So much misfortune. Things not working in your favor. Delays and hesitations in your fortune. This card, I just did the fixed sign readings, but this card has all the fixed signs on it. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. They're all on here. With a few other things, but it's ultimately about fixing and building fortune. The wheel can turn and flip in any way that is necessary, but it's a constant flow of energy, of fortune, okay? Because it's constantly building up. If you keep knocking it over, I mean, I'm trying to find a different way of saying this. If you keep knocking it over, it's never going to fill up. And I feel like you're knocking it over by ignoring your intuition here. Like as if it was a cup, you keep spilling it all over the place because you're not paying attention. What's in your hopes and or fears? The King of Cups. To become emotionally intelligent and stable, mature and wise, being able to hold capacity and hold space for emotional security and safety, possibly because it wasn't given to you before. So now you want to be able to create that on your own. And that's what the King of Cups is. He provides emotional stability. He protects his emotional, he protects his emotions by displaying and enforcing emotional boundaries. So I feel like this is going towards the hopes. You hope that to become more emotionally secure within yourself. So a personal outcome. Personal outcome is Five of Swords, but it's in the reverse. So there may be some conflicting energy in regards to like conversations and things like that, and things being said. Some things may be said and not being able to take back or something like that. But ultimately in the reverse, the Five of Swords is about forgiveness. It's also in a sense about closure as well, closing things out and just forgiving each other and whatnot, because you may have gotten the last word, you may have gotten to say the last word or whatever, but like it's still a lose-lose situation with the Five of Swords, because it's just conflicting, intense, like conversing and stuff like that, and you don't get anything resolved within that. So I feel like there may be resolved of some conflicting issues within communication, and then also finding some type of forgiveness and closure with the other counterparts. Okay. So I feel like everything kind of fell into place. I really don't have too much to clarify besides your heart space. So I want to see what are you ignoring within your intuition? In fact, it's not even why you're ignoring it. You know the reason why you're ignoring it, but I want to see what it is. What are you ignoring? And then obviously that spills out into your environment, because what's going on interiorly, like this can also be an interior mental conflict and stuff like that. What's going on in the interior, this is nines, it's about the self. This is about self and energies, and you're like, I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm not adding more into my energy that is unnecessary, or keep staying resilient against, or not against, but in regard to like what I'm fighting for, essentially. You're like, I'm no longer trying to struggle, like, and trying to triumph through all the difficulty and lessons of a certain situation. So let's look at the bottom of the deck. Judgment. There's a judgment call. There's a judgment call. Yeah, what's your plead? It's time to take accountability. It's time to wake yourself up and make more conscious decisions. This is a wake-up call for you. And judgment has been called upon you, not just you, but others that are involved in this as well. And I will tell you one thing, especially when you're dealing with major arcanas, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Particularly the High Priestess, who is supposed to be the intuitive vessel of tarot. Judgment, when judgment is calling and it sees that your fortune and your intuition is off, it don't really like that. I'm not gonna lie. So that's why you're in this period of like spiritual limbo, to kind of help you shift your perspective a little bit. So what are you ignoring here? Why won't you shift? What's the perspective shift? It's probably the question that I should ask. There's something that it doesn't necessarily say here in the center energy in this relationship that you are avoiding the lesson. I feel like the lesson may just be within the relationship, okay? Because this is the relationship and the energy surrounding it. This is you. And you in your heart space is closed off and ignoring your intuitive nudges. So let's see. What is the High Priestess in the reverse? Seven of Pentacles and the Temperance. Princess of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So you're learning something new here. You're learning a new perspective here. Or this is the new perspective to learn. It's a new way of thinking, basically. And it's going to take a lot of trial and error. Seven of Pentacles. It's going to take patience and growth. These cards, both the Temperance, are both about patience. Okay? Nonetheless, sorry, I just got excited about that because I just realized that they're both literally about two different ways about saying patience. Seven is talking about patience with intention. Seven of Pentacles is usually depicted by a man gardening or tending to his garden, but he's a little bored. He's a little like weary of if anything is actually going to work out for him. But as long as your intentions and your efforts are consistent into what you're trying to do here and what you're trying to build, there will be trial and error. Everything won't work the way that you needed to the first time, but you should harvest not only like the tangibles from your garden, but the lessons learned. What does work, what doesn't work, in the growth that comes from that. Okay, that's what Seven of Pentacles is. You have to fail sometimes to succeed, and that's kind of what goes into this environmental aspect here with the Wheel of Fortune. You have to fail sometime to succeed. But we have here the Empress, the Temperance here is in the reverse, which is about divine timing, which is about trusting the process and practicing moderation and patience in things before as things like are slowly coming in for you. In the reverse, it pretty much speaks about even temptation. The Temperance, it can fall into temptation, and that's why moderation is appropriate for like practicing patience and things like that, because you need to as us humans, we still need to cope with life and do things in different ways and stuff like that to test to see what works. But we're not throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks here. We know what it is that we're striving towards with intention, so we just have to trust the process and let it unfold how it needs to be. Within that process, we tend to our garden and we do what needs to be done to make sure that we are continuing to prosper and thrive. In the reverse, the Temperance is you trying to force outcomes, trying to push things forward too fast, or even halting things too much, and you're messing up divine timing here. But ultimately, it also speaks about temptation and overindulgence. Temptation and overindulgence. And so within that, you again may be trying to overindulge in all the good things that you want to get in life because you want to surround yourself by it, but you're just not ready for it. And so you need to practice practice patience and moderation within that. And whatever you're learning here, you're gaining a lot of information. The Temperance card is actually Sagittarius. in that I said Pisces already. The High Priestess is Pisces as well as Cancer, but Pisces here in my mutable signs. Princess of Swords again is that learning something new. Is that learning something new and being able to share or acquire new information about things. The Princess of Swords or the Page of Swords is very observant energy. So maybe you're just meant to observe right now what is going on, and not necessarily meant to like advise anyone or anything right now. You're just meant to kind of like scope the scenery a little bit. Okay, so I'll leave that there. I feel like all like grounds are covered. If you are resonating with this and you would like to dig deeper into this reading, please do not hesitate to reach out to me at Libra Baby Doll. But now I'm going to pull a card for each sign, regardless if they popped up here for you or not. So we'll see what the vibe is surrounding them, okay? Let's do it. I really hope I said at the beginning of this video, this is for your Sun, Moon, Venus, and Mars. If it falls in any of these modalities, take a look. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Mars, and yes, of course, risings as well. If you're dealing with an Aries, wake up call. See that judgment call, okay? Wake up call, spiritual awakening, sudden clarity, urgent awareness, can't ignore anymore. So with this Aries on red, dang, I think this is on red part 2. Kind of like you've been here before. This has been done before. Ignored messages, waiting anxiously, no replies. Maybe they're just busy. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. You're going to gain some type of clarity from this, because you just can't ignore the fact that like this ain't even the first time. This is the second time on red, number 2. Like they done this before, and it's kind of weird. And so you waiting around or whatever, I guess it's time to wake up. Okay. If you're dealing with a Taurus, breaking cycles, ending harmful patterns, freedom from repetition, new beginnings, it stops with me, luxury life, comfortable wealth, indulgence, enjoying rewards because I deserve it, and sugar-coated, sweet but deceptive words, empty compliments, hidden insults, too good to be true. Ooh, child. And it says here, side piece, secret romance, hidden affairs, being second choice, only late night calls. So yeah, they sugarcoating the heck out of you by giving you a life of comfort and luxury and stuff like that. That's what Taurus rules over. They rule over comfort and luxury, as they are ruled by the planet of Venus, like Libra. But the difference with Taurus and Venus is Taurus is also ruled by Earth. So everything that Taurus wants and desires in life, the luxury and the comfort of life, they get because they're ruled by Venus. And so yeah, they may be sugarcoating some things right now, because they probably got a side piece. This can be either the same person or two different people. So take it however it resonates, because we also got here breaking cycles. So either you're breaking cycles and you're building generational wealth and in a luxury and comfortable generational life. Generational wealth with luxury and comfort. There's another person here that is sugarcoating things and stuff like that. Sweet but deceptive words, empty compliments, hidden insults, too good to be true, and may possibly have a side piece. So take what resonates, yo. Take what resonates. If you're dealing with a Gemini, ascension, you're elevating, spiritual growth. Hey, baby. Hi. You're proud of me? Thank you. Thank you, babe. I'm almost done here, and then we're gonna eat lunch, okay? All right. If you're dealing with a Gemini, ascension, spiritual growth, higher awareness, next level consciousness, elevating myself. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, no filter, speaking your truth, authentic communication, raw honesty. This is how I really feel. So I feel like you're dealing with a Gemini, they're going to speak up. They're going to tell you the truth or something. They really going to express their honesty and stuff to you, and it may help you elevate. It may take you to a different higher sense of awareness or something like that. If you're dealing with a Cancer, let it go. Releasing grudges, emotional freedom, forgiving yourself and others, free your heart. Lessons learned. Dang, everybody learning lessons from Cancer. But wisdom gain, completing cycles, growth through experience. I'm wiser now. So now you can let it go. I feel like that can even point to disclosure or something like that. But again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Look at my baby back there, drinking water. Be careful where you're going, dude. Okay. If you are dealing with a Leo, situationship, unclear boundaries, mixed signals, more than friends, less than lovers. What are we? Breadcrumbing, giving minimal attention, keeping options open, vague promises, never committing fully. So if you're dealing with a Leo, I mean, you may already know what type of situation this is, situationship and stuff like that. You may already know what type of situation this is, the unclear boundaries, the mixed signals and stuff like that, the asking what actually are we, and they may be breadcrumbing you, giving you minimal attention, keeping their options open, never fully committing, you, them, you. That's kind of the mixed signals that comes with the situationship, okay? If you're dealing with a Virgo, blind date, surprise meeting, unexpected chemistry, awkward introductions, could be love or disaster, hustle mode, grinding hard, ambitious drive, determined effort, sleep can wait. So if you're dealing with a Virgo, they may be in hustle mode right now. They may be really focused on work, really focusing on their career and work right now, but you may meet them through a blind date. And it's like probably your first time meeting them or something like that. If you're dealing with a Libra, big break. Maybe it's fun. No, but big break, career turning point, major opportunity, life-changing moment. This is it. If you're dealing with a Libra, cuffing season, temporary relationships, seasonal companionship, short-term warmth until spring. I feel like you might get your big break with a Libra. But it's temporary. It's temporary, short term. But it can be a life-changing, like, turning point. Even in your career. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, crossroads, important choices, life-changing decisions, choose wisely, your next step matters. And side piece, secret romance, hidden affairs, being second choice, only late night calls. So either you or them are at a crossroads between them and a side piece, you and a side piece. Glow up, self-improvement, finding your confidence, personal transformation, better than ever. So I don't know, somebody grew up here and now they're getting attention from other people, and now they are trying to make a decision. They're at a crossroads of what to choose right now. Okay, if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, Money moves, smart decisions, strategic investments, building wealth, making my money work. Like, look at that. Money moves, making money moves, commitment issues. Okay, afraid to settle down, avoiding intimacy, fear of loss of freedom. It's complicated. So this Sagittarius may be making some money, but they got commitment issues. They can't commit to a relationship. They can only commit to the grind. Not even the grind. They're just being strategic with how they moving their money around. Whatever. They grinding or whatever. They hustling or whatever, okay? If you're dealing with a Capricorn, divine intervention, unexpected guidance, universe stepping in, redirecting paths, saved just in time. Self-made, independent success, overcoming odds, creating your own path, building for nothing. So you connecting with this Capricorn, I feel like it's giving like entrepreneurship energy. Like it may be could be a divine connection, but just like destiny that you guys met each other so that you guys can connect in this way. They may be self-made. You may be getting some tools and tips from them to be able to build your own brand by yourself, whatever it is. Okay, I'm here and started from the bottom. Now we here. Yeah, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, oops. Okay, that card still wanted to come out. So be it. Dang. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, first and foremost, it says unbreakable, inner toughness, enduring hardship, strength through adversity. Nothing can break me. They may be love bombing. It says love bombed, intense infection too quickly, excessive attention, overwhelming charm, hidden control. We got plastic smiles, fake kindness, forced friendliness, hiding resentment behind smiles, friends in name only, and then gaslighted. They may be gaslighting you. Reality distortion, emotional manipulation, questioning sanity. You're imagining things. You're just imagining things. At the bottom of the deck, it actually says triggered. So excuse me if I should have said a trigger warning for Aquarius. But it says triggered. Emotional reactions, unresolved wounds, facing past hurts. Why does this bother me? Why am I so triggered? Because they're gaslighting and manipulating you. They're love bombing you and stuff like that. And they're they're unbreakable, it seems like. I guess it's that strong. It's like you can't break them, but they just sit here and try to break you all day. Okay, that was loaded. Last but not least, Pisces. If you're dealing with a Pisces. All these cards, yo. Absolutely not. No. I'm putting all of those back in. I'll shuffle. Because that's a no. Y'all getting too comfortable, mutable signs. Okay. If you're dealing with a Pisces, payback, consequences returning, karma cycle. What goes around comes around. Time to settle accounts. Secret admirer, part 2. So they may have sent something anonymous out to you before, but you weren't paying attention or whatever it is. It says number 2 by it. So there may be a number 1 in here. But anyway, hidden affection, anonymous notes, unknown interest, somebody's watching. Someone's watching you with this Pisces energy. But what's at the bottom of the deck? Online dating, swiping right, it's a match. Instant attraction, digital romance, match found. So you may find them online. This payback energy though, consequences returning, karma cycle, what goes around comes around, time to settle accounts. Maybe I feel like this person may be a karmic. They may be karmic to you. They may be here to teach you a valuable lesson. So, you know, however you navigate that is however you navigate it. But yeah, I'll leave that there, beautiful signs. This was super fun. I'm liking this deck and this layout of how I'm doing this. So I'll be trying to do this more often. So yeah, leave that there. If this resonated for you or you would like to dig deeper into this reading, please do not hesitate to reach out to me at Libra Baby Doll.